Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Man, what a crazy, crazy evening I had last evening. I mean, whenever I say crazy, it was weird. Say nonetheless. Hey Jeffrey, how's it going? Cynthia, good morning. Risa. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful this morning. Debbie, good to see you. Ingrid. Good morning, Ingrid. And we have Shadow Grey Wolf. Good morning, all. Yes, definitely good morning. Audio Coffee. Morning, all. How you doing? Darby, what is up, brother? My my man from the land down under that would kick my butt if he had the opportunity. He wouldn't do that though. I mean, well, he could. I'm just saying. He's a qualified badass, so that's why we don't harass Turby. He's good people. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, Gil Richie. It is wonderful today. Wow. No, yesterday. So it been up stupidly early 2 days in a row expecting workmen to fix your bathroom ceiling. None have shown up. You're fuming. Well, but I'm exhausted. But it is the right time for you. Hey, anytime is the right time for you, brother. Anytime is the right time for you. It's good to see you, man. No, we had I know. Yes, Turpy is a very friendly guy. He is very friendly. Do not be fooled whenever I say that, he's like, yeah, he's really nice guy. You ought to go check out his channel if you ever get a chance. He's fun people, man. Very fun people. Mm. Well, at least she has space above the bathroom to vent the fumes to. Or otherwise, you wouldn't be well as well exhausted. Ah, ah, oh my. No, I spent a good portion of my evening yesterday. I was gonna do a stream, um, just a regular gaming stream. And I was like, you know what? I really got a few like bookkeeping things to take care of and sort of get them like straightened out. Um, I think, let me see. Um, don't think I have that link up and handy. Just, if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to find it though. Let's see. PRPIE. Mm-hmm. There we go. I am sub to Turpy. This is it right here. And this is his. Yeah. That's Turpy's right there. So that's a link to Turpy's channel. Give him a holler. Give him a shout. Give him a thumbs up. Give him some love. I mean, Turpy right now is at 549 subs. Yeah, he's good people. Good people. Mm-hmm. So yes. There we go. Yeah. You just dubbed Turpy? Like dubstep. I've got let's see. Oh man. Oh yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yes, last night. So I just worked on a bunch of stuff last night. Ended up being up way too damn late. Working on some music. Oh, geez. I hate when that happens. I physically had to reach over, turn off my computer so I would stop screwing around with it. That was a big thing for me to get done last night though. I'm working on some new material. So just remember, as you guys know, if you put in a super chat, we write a song. Um, and you can come up with the idea, or we can pull something out of the chat and give it, you know, your choice, whatever you want. And it doesn't even have to be a big super chat. It could be just 99 cents, whatever comes across there. Super sticker, doesn't matter. That's how we do it. We'll throw them in there. Expert stream. We were chatting till 4 a.m. No, no. See that's I have to avoid these things. I really do. I have to avoid those kinds of things. Um, I really, really try to avoid doing the late nights if possible. I almost did do a stream last night. Like I said, I was in the middle of working on some music, and I was tempted to bring everybody in, but the stuff that I was doing would have definitely got me some sort of copyright strike. So I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. That I didn't want to. I just couldn't. What? And I'm like, keep looking at this picture, and I guess it's the wing. It's so weird to me, but it looks like a lunar landing. That's what it looks like. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm looking at this wing here on in the corner, and if you look really closely at it, it's just this stuff is coming out here, but it looks like he's getting ready to step out and walk on the moon because of all this stuff over here in the corner. It looks weird. Mm. That's what happens whenever you're really tired. You end up doing that kind of crap. Oh, mhm. Washington leaders of the group of seven wealthy democracies. The only problem is we're not a democracy. Have agreed to engineer a 50 billion loan to help the Ukraine. Mhm. And it's fight for survival. Why is the G7 doing this? Why is the G7 doing this? And you have to remember that we already said that scaffolding to make it look like he's in disembarking a plane. That's funny. Uh well, of course, Risa. If you leave the expert streams before they end, he misses you oh so much. Yeah. The Where would the money come from? Oh, it would come in the form from a loan from the U.S. that would be backed by windfall profits being earned on roughly 300 billion in immobilized Russian assets. Russia's already said, don't you dare mess with that money that is not yours. You do that, and there will be repercussions. That is, the U.S. is, who's the expert? Sounds like a wild man. Yeah, he is a wild man. A French official said that while the loan would mostly be US guaranteed, it could be topped up with European money or other national contributions. Well, why not just give Ukraine the frozen assets? Well, because that right there would break so many international laws. Even touching that money would break oh, just why are these people so ignorant? Don't do this. This is a very, very bad idea. So the US and its allies immediately froze whatever Russian central bank assets they had access to when Moscow invaded Ukraine in 2022. Basically, money being held in banks outside Russia. The assets are immobilized and can't be accessed by Moscow, but they still belong to Russia. I mean, like I said, bad idea if you're going to do this. While governments can generally freeze property or funds without difficulty, turning them into forfeited assets can be used for the benefit of another country requires an extra layer of judicial procedure, including a legal basis and a just court, basically. So the European Union instead has set aside the windfall profits being generated by the frozen assets. So these assets, while they're frozen, are gaining interest. The tune of a lot of money is generating. Now, what they're doing is they're going after that money. It's still legal, still illegal to do it. How could the loan be used and how soon? Telling you, this is a bad idea. If Russia regained control of its frozen assets or if the immobilized funds weren't generating enough interest to pay back the loan, then the question of burden sharing arises. There won't be enough money. Why are they thinking of doing this? What is their plan on doing this? This is such a bad, 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 bad idea. But of course, they're widening sanctions on Russia to discourage countries such as China from doing business with Moscow. Another bad idea. When are these guys going to learn? United States widened its sanctions against Russia Wednesday as G7 leaders prepare to gather in Italy for a summit where the top priorities will be boosting support for the Ukraine. It's like if you can't go in hard, go in harder. At some point, when does the US realize that they are on a very bad side of this? We should not be involving ourselves in this crap. They should have sanctions on Russia because of the wrongs Russia is doing, not stop another country from doing business with them. Exactly. If that's the road, but see, here's the problem. This is the problem why they don't do that. It's because they are in the wrong. The U.S. is in the wrong for doing this, for getting involved in this. The U.S. is highly in the wrong. This is going to backfire so hard on the U.S. because of really bad policy making, and I hate hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Russia's military is desperate for access to the outside world. Do you think they don't have access to the outside world? Do you realize they have ships 50 miles off our shores? They have capabilities to do a lot of damage to the US right now. And nobody seems to be concerned with, oh, we're just going to go and poke the bear. Hungary agrees not to veto NATO's support. I warned you about this in early on. This is not going to be good. Hungary agreed on Wednesday not to veto NATO's for to support the Ukraine, but Prime Minister Viktor Orban insisted that his government would provide neither funds nor military personnel for any joint assistance effort. At the summit in Washington next week, U.S. President Joe Biden and his NATO counterparts are expected to agree on a new system to provide more predictable long-term security help and military training to Ukraine's beleaguered forces. See, this is one of those things where you're delaying the inevitable, and that's all that the US is doing. It is like we are forcing these people to carry on a war that could have been handled in peace talks. There were talks at one point in time. Russia pulled back from Kiev, and Ukraine went on a full scale attack. At that point in time, you poked a bear, and now you're feeling the repercussions of it. Yeah, FJB. And it's all it is delaying the inevitable so so our military complex can gain more money. That's all that it is. If you think that that money that's going to Ukraine isn't being spent other places, or being funneled back into the US through back channels, this is why all the politicians are so just, let's do this. This is tasty. On the backs of all these people, this is just bad policy. Bad policy, and you're filling the pocketbooks of rich politicians. Good job, guys. I don't, Jeffrey. I don't know why the bear is a national pet for fuzzy Russians. Hungary made it clear today means it does not want to block decisions. NATO, oh, no, well, because NATO. Screw NATO. Screw this guy. More global confidence in Biden than Trump, even his views of no. You know who else was popular? You know who else was famous, in war? You you really want me to go over this? I will, because this is I think pretty important, seeing that we're we're on Juneteenth. So you want to know who else was popular? Here, I'll give you guys something here. Everyone likes to brag about Juneteenth and how glorious and all this kind of crap that it is. Yeah. Let me give this one to you and see how you feel about this. Let me give this one to you. You know who else was really popular for this? Woodrow Wilson. No, Woodrow Wilson. Think about this. Woodrow Wilson, best known as the World War I president who earned the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts to found the League of Nations, or what we now know as the United Nations, a former progressive reformer who fought against monopolies and child labor. He served two terms starting in 1913, but Wilson was also a segregationist who wrote a history textbook praising the Confederacy, and in particular the Ku Klux Klan. As president, he rolled back hard fought economic progress for black voters, overseeing segregation on multiple agencies of the federal government. While Wilson has lauded for his role in World War I, historians and activists have long called attention to his other actions, and institutions have grappled with how to respond to this side of his legacy. In June 2020, Monmouth University announced it would rename Woodrow Wilson Hall after years of protest. Princeton University said it would remove his name from its prestigious public policy school, explaining that his segregationist attitudes and policy made Wilson especially inappropriate namesake. In places like Washington, D.C., historians and parents have called for removing his name from public high schools. Yes, he was a World War I president, and that's what he did. So, next time you're sitting here praising this guy right here, just remember He's just as progressive, just as segregationist, just as bad as Woodrow Wilson. No different. Think about that on Juneteenth. Think about how wonderful this guy is. Yeah. Wilson got us into World War II, World War One. I mean, good accomplishment, huh? What are we looking for here? We're looking for another one. Sorry, a little heated because while we've got that crap going on, we can't even secure our own borders. Why? Because Mexico's supposed to do it. Mexico's tactic to cut illegals to the U.S. wear out the illegals. Imagine that. Villahermosa, Mexico. Here again. Yanixka's Garcia's face crumbled as she said it, as she pressed her head into her hands. Since fleeing crisis in Venezuela in January, the 23-year-old has trekked through the Darien Gap jungle dividing Colombia and Panama, narrowly surviving being kidnapped by Mexican cartel and waiting months for an asylum appointment with the United States that never came, as it shouldn't, because you need to keep your ass in the first country that you come into. That is international law. That is the way that it works. Since fleeing crisis in Venezuela, she's finally crossed the U.S.-Mexican border in May, only to have American authorities expel her, as they should. Now she's back in southern Mexico after Mexican immigration bust her to sweltering Villahermosa and dropped her on the street. I would rather cross the Darien Gap 1,000 times than cross Mexico, Garcia said, sitting in a illegal shelter for what they call migrants. She clutched a creakled Ziploc bag that held her Venezuelan ID, an inhaler, and an apple, her few remaining possessions. Well, why did you leave Venezuela? Well, because it's war torn, because you need asylum. Well, first country you come to, that's where you seek asylum. If you didn't keep trying to cross into the U.S., you wouldn't have this problem. Illegals corralled in southern Mexico under pressure to stem the flow of illegals into the United States. Mexican authorities have been rounding up illegals and leaving them in the southern cities of Villahermosa and Tapachula. Where's Venezuela here? Hmm. It's amazing to me because I'm looking here and that's Guatemala, that's Belize, that's Honduras. What? Here's the Mexico border. So where's Venezuela? Why are they coming all the way up through here? Good thing I don't need know geography very well, but I do know I do know my some of these places. I've been to Belize. Driven by mounting pressure from the US, um, not our presidency, not our government. Oh, missed a good Discord chat last night. Nice. Mexican authorities are employing a simple but harsh tactic, wearing migrants out until they give up. Yes, that means migrants are churning in limbo here as authorities round them up across the country and dump them in southern Mexico cities of Villahermosa and Tapachula. Some have been punted back as many as 6 times. Yeah, we care a lot about keeping illegals to the southeast because crossing to the north is very risky. The Associated Press about busing illegals to southern Mexico, but moves have forced illegals, including pregnant women and children, into even more precarious situation that's likely to worsen under President Joe Biden's new asylum restrictions, analysis say. See, they're trying to make Biden sound like a hero, but he could have handled all of this much earlier on. Instead, he was forcing the House to come up with a bill that had a bunch of pork in there about sending support to the Ukraine. See how it all falls into place? And now all of a sudden because he's got lambasted. He showed up in Brownsville saying, "Oh, we just need to build some new detention facilities for him." Oh yeah, what happened with those? The one that housed mostly women and children in Dilley, Texas, they're shutting down. I believe they shut down on the 21st of this month permanently. There's no more funding going to them. Why is there no more funding going to them? Oh, you remember that several billion dollars that your congressman and Senate passed for border security? Yeah, yeah, that they got rid of that. It was costing them several million per month. Yeah, just to keep that facility open. And I said, "Oh, we're not going to do that anymore." U.S. officials mostly give credit to Mexican vigilance around rail yards and highway checkpoints. Mexico is the wall, says Jose Martinez, a psychologist at Villamosa's only illegal shelter. Peace Oasis and the Holy Spirit it looks like armpit, which has been bracing for a crush of people under Biden's measure to halt asylum processes when U.S. officials deem the southern border is overwhelmed. Oh, yeah, because his thing is, oh, once it only reaches this certain level. Dude, it reaches that level in just a few short hours. They should have a little ticker on there just showing how many illegals are crossing the border as compared to how many are actually, how many, how much money it's costing the US for each one. And for every single one of them, you'd see that dollar bill number rising and the amount of illegals rising just as well. And the cost is astronomical. But yeah, people are more concerned about their minimum wage. I'm not making but $15 an hour. Oh my gosh, but my burgers are costing me $15. How am I ever supposed to feed myself? Oh, why don't you ask Maria? Maria's Maria's got no lack of food. I mean, look at her. There's Maria right there. This Maria right here. Does she look like she's lacking any food? Why don't you ask Maria? Or Yazenki or Miss Garcia, whatever. Why don't you ask her? Why don't you ask her if she's missing any meals? Migrants here walk or take buses towards Mexico City, where they request an appointment to seek asylum over U.S. Customs and Border Protection app. Why would they have an app? CBP1, but most never make it far enough north for the app's location requirement. Checkpoints dot southern Mexico highways, armed soldiers pull migrants off buses, illegals off buses, and round those walking along roads in surrounding mountains. Of 2 dozen illegals interviewed by the AP, all said they were extorted by law enforcement or Mexican migration officials to continue on their journeys after dishing out hefty sums 2 or 3 times. Families had nothing. They were then bused back south, where most of them were left on the streets. Oh, really? So, again, I ask, why would you just not stay in your own country? Why would you not do this? But Venezuelan Kila Balonas says there's nothing humane, human about them. She and her 4 children have been sent to southern Mexico 6 times. Mhm. The 25-year-old single mother wants asylum so her 4-year-old daughter can get treatment for leukemia, unavailable to her in Venezuela. So you're telling me that you're you can't stop in Mexico. They don't have treatment for it in Mexico. They don't have treatment for it in Argentina. They don't have treatment for it in Belize. They don't. Oh, wait. No, they just pass you on to the next. This is a sad, sad thing. It sucks for this child. But imagine that this lady would have a better chance of getting care in our country here for free than your own child would, because you have to have medical care to get that kind of treatment, or you're going to pay out the wazoo, whereas they will get it for free. Yeah, medical care is only happening in the US. She couldn't go any further south. She couldn't go any further. She couldn't go anywhere else. Why didn't she seek asylum in Canada? Don't they have free health care there? Why isn't she seeking it elsewhere? Why is she coming to the US? Why is it so important that they are allowed into the US? If you want me to have a bleeding heart, well, I don't have one. Hey, Guy Becton, good to see you. Good to see you. No, I don't have a bleeding heart for this. Yeah, my child has life-threatening medical condition. Yeah. But she would get it for free. If she makes it into the US, she can get free health care for a child. But you as a citizen of the United States would not be able to. Mexico taxes appear to be a way to appease the US, which pressured Latin American nations to help slow illegals while failing to overhaul its own illegal immigration system. Yeah, most Americans agree is broken. Panama's incoming president has promised to block passage through the Darien Gap while Biden eased criticisms of El Salvador's presence after he reduced migration. You've never criticized him. You've never done anything, Biden. You've done it. You've only done what your handlers have told you. And everybody knows that you're absolutely full of garbage, and you have been full of garbage on all of this. Like I said, if you want to support someone that is like this right here, if you want to support Joe Biden, there you go. Just look no further than Woodrow Wilson. If that's the way you feel about it, just remember, no different than Woodrow Wilson wants to put us in another freaking war, does not give two damns about what's happening on our southern borders, does not give two damns about any of it. He's too incompetent to be able to. Sorry. Maybe I should get off my pedestal here. I'm a little hot about this kind of crap. You're going to become an illegal alien in the U.S. soon. I like saving my own money. Yeah. If I could write a book about Roosevelt stories I've been told throughout your professional history, no one would believe it. Oh, trust me. Ah, I wish someone would pay your medical bills. Heck, my prescription alone is outrageous. And the sad part about it is you can go to countries like Venezuela and get those medicines for a lot cheaper. And go to like Mexico and get the same medicines for cheaper. You can go to other countries and get them for cheaper because there's a deal that's been worked out with a lot of these medications with a big secret, like nobody knows about this, where they're getting it just under a different name. The same medicine that they're charging, like $300 a pill. And the reason why they charge us $300 a pill is because, well, the ones in they're sending it to other countries like South Africa, Africa, places like that. You have to look at LBJ who escalated the war. Yeah. But as I said, Truman was a absolute gar- garbage, garbage human. We just want to go to the embassy in Mexico City to back to go back to Venezuela. 30-year-old Fabian Belazar told friends after being returned to northern Mexico a day earlier, "We don't want to be here anymore." They started traveling the same route the next morning. Others said they would try to find work and a place to sleep in the city before continuing on. Others are forced to take more dangerous routes and into the arms of mafias looking to kidnap illegals. At the first sign of flashing lights, 27-year-old Honduran Alexander Amar dove behind a tree, scrambling for cover in the shadows, cloaking the load between the Mexican states and the Veracruz and Tabasco. Amador and his travel companion has been walking for 10 hours, running into the jungle to escape authorities trying to scoop them up along the highway. After being returned twice to southern Mexico while traveling by bus, it was the only thing the Hondurans could think to continue onward. They were frightened. So frightened. Yeah. But Joe Biden's little crackdown hasn't come without a cost because now he faces his first lawsuit over the new asylum crackdown at the border. Washington, a coalition of illegal alien advocacy groups, sued the Biden administration on Wednesday over President Joe Biden's recent directive that effectively halts asylum claims at the southern border. Says it differs literally differs none, absolutely none, from Trump's administration that was blocked by the courts. The lawsuit filed by the ACLU and others on behalf of the America's Immigration Advocacy Center and the Refuge and Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Services, or also known as RACIST, for the first test of the legality of Biden's sweeping crackdown on the border, which came after months of the internal White House deliberations that is designed in part to deflect political attacks against the president on his handling of illegal immigration. By enacting the asylum ban that is legally indistinguishable from Trump ban, while we know that Biden doesn't have any thoughts of his own, he has to use basically what has worked. We successfully blocked. We were left with no choice but to file the lawsuit, said Lee Gerlin. I don't even try to say the name. And the order Biden issued last week would limit asylum processing once encounters with illegals between ports of entry to reach 2,500 per day. That's still a lot. It went into effect immediately because the latest figures were far, far higher at about 4,000 a day. The restrictions would be in effect until 2 weeks after the daily encounter. And the reason why they're bringing all this stuff up at this point in time, Trump looks really good coming out of court, knowing that the U.S. justice system has been going after him, that they've been using the U.S. justice system to go after Trump, and people both left and right are going, enough of your BS. Enough of your BS. We're sick and tired of it. But now, whenever the shoe is turned and you see Hunter going through all this kind of crap, it's like, oh, woe is me, which makes it even look more suspicious. Trump has been big on closing off the border and stemming the flow of illegals crossing the border, because we don't have any idea of exactly what is coming across the border. And what would be the next story that we talk about? 8 people with possible Islamic State ties arrested in U.S. on immigration violations. That's what comes in next. And this right here is what Trump was warning everyone about. Yet, those on the left would have us say that, oh no, they're not bad people. You're calling all these people that are illegal bad people. No, that's not what he's been saying. What he's been saying is the people that we have to be able to vet the people that we're allowing into our country. There's a process already in place. All you have to do is enforce the laws that are currently in place. You don't have to create new ones. use the full force of our military to stop this kind of invasion. If we had that many people walking across the border into our country in a time of war, carrying firearms, what do you think our country would do? What do you think the response of our country would be? I mean, it sucks that your country is a crap hole. I feel for you. But instead of coming here to turn our country into a crap hole also, why not fix your own? What, you don't have the power to do it? Well, there you go. If you want help with it, ask for help, but don't ask us to fix the world's problems. Sorry. Mm. 8 people with possible Islamic State ties arrested in U.S. on immigration violations. 8 people from, I'm not even going to try to say it, one of those stand places with suspected ties to Islamic State group have been arrested in the United States in recent days, according to multiple people familiar with the matter. The took place in New York, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles, and the individuals who entered the U.S. illegally through the southern border are being held on immigration violations, said the people who are not authorized to discuss the ongoing investigations by name and spoke to the AP press on condition of anonymity. See that right there? They came in through the southern border. But we don't have that. This is what we've been told for the past, what, 8 years? That's not possible. That can't be possible. That would never happen. The nature of the suspected connections to the Islamic State was not immediately clear, but the individuals were being tracked by the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force or the JTTF. They were in the custody of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which made the arrest while working with the JTTF pending proceedings to remove them from the country. The individuals from Stan country entered the country last spring and passed through the U.S. government's screening process without turning up information that would have identified them as potential terrorist related concerns, said one of the people familiar with this matter. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security issued a statement confirming the illegal immigrant related arrests of several illegals, but did not detail specifics. The agency noted that the U.S. has been in a heightened threat environment. FBI Director Christopher Wray has said the U.S. is facing accelerated threats from homegrown violent extremists as well. But it's not just the foreign ones, it's the homegrown ones, particularly in the aftermath of October 7th. This is ridiculously stupid. The FBI and the DHS will continue working around the clock with our partners to identify, investigate, and disrupt potential threats to national security. A day late, a dollar short. You done ruined it, son. You done let these people in. They're right there. Like I said, they're trying to make Biden out to look like he's doing all of the things that he was supposed to be doing. He's too late on this. All you have to do is go back and look at his what do they call it? His border czar, immigration czar, his vice president, whatever you want to call her, that took her ass to another country altogether and didn't even talk about immigration. That applauded their country for being such horrible countries. They said they were great people. The closest Joe's been to the border was in Brownsville. And he didn't go to the border. He didn't go to any of these illegal immigration facilities or asylum seeking facilities or immigration facilities or whatever the hell they want to call them. He didn't go. He showed up in Brownsville, read a few lines, shook a few hands, got back on a plane and headed home. Trump had people waving at him across the river. across the Rio Grande. Are you Trump? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I see. I watched both of them going there. It's amazing and this shows the sign of a true leader is the only way that Biden does anything is following the lead of Trump. He's playing follow the leader every single time. Trump makes a move, Biden comes and makes a move after him. Trump does one thing, Biden's right behind him, tagging along, trying to ride a little bit of those coattails. Beautiful job. So horrible. Good morning, Tammy Bugard. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. At this moment, what we're going to do is we are going to kick on one of our newest songs that I wrote. And I'm going to get myself another cup of coffee, maybe even a little water. So just bear with me. I will be right back.
A morning sun, it's a brand new day. Gotta shake the sleep, gotta find my way to the kitchen where the coffee's hot. Take a little break, give it all I got. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Wanna get my cup and start anew. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Take a little break is what I gotta do. Stepping out of bed, feel the reggae beat. Shuffle to the kitchen, moving my feet. Coffee's calling, got that morning vibe. Wake up the soul, feeling so alive. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Gonna get my cup and start anew. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Take a little break is what I gotta do. On the way to the brew, take a bio break. Freshen up my mind for goodness sake. Wash away the dreams, face the brand new light. With the coffee in hand, everything's alright. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Gonna get my cup and start anew. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Take a little break is what I gotta do. Gotta get the coffee, start a brand new day. Please get up, it's time to ride. Whiz and Coffee, sweet harmony. Down in the kitchen, beans are on the grind. Whiz is humming to the streaming time. The aromas rising, filling up the air. Cup of Java magic takes away the care. With away the care. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Gonna get my cup and start anew. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Take a little break is what I gotta do. The sun is shining, so Whiz is dancing with his coffee cup. In the morning sunlight, he's lifting up with every sip and every funky beat. Whiz is ready to take on any feat. Whiz, yeah, ready to take on any feat. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Gonna get my cup and start anew. Rise and brew, yeah, rise and brew. Take a little break is what I gotta do. Whiz and Coffee, sweet harmony.
My balls are tingling. Yeah, my balls are tingling.
Oh, yeah, mine are not. Good gosh, some coffee, man. Well, sorry to see you go there, Heidi, but you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you again really soon. We'll see you again really soon. Ah, vegans beware. I was just scrolling on a site and saw an ad for vegan leather belts. I didn't think that would be legal, but I know it's morally inappropriate. Vegan leather belts. Yes. I still like to see people not being taken care of. Absolutely. Two, what city did you wind up in? Supreme Court. Here's the next one. Supreme Court has a lot of work to do with little time to do it with a sizable case backlog. Because we're done talking about the screw ups of the Biden presidency because it's just nonstop. It's just you can't talk about it enough, I guess, because it just every time you open a news article, it's like, how are they going to spin it? So it makes it look like Joe Biden's doing something good. What the? That's funny too. I like that one. Went from driving a U-Haul to a golf cart. You hairy son of a buck. I even shaved. Dyed my hair gray. The Supreme Court is headed into its final few weeks with nearly half the cases heard this year still undecided, including ones that could reshape the law and everything from the pupils to the killing of the children's to social medias. Huh. The justices are also still weighing whether former President Donald Trump is immune from criminal prosecution in what the AP likes to call election interference case against him. More than a month after hearing arguments, the court heard 61 cases this term and 29 remain unsolved, with some decisions expected Thursday and Friday, which would mean they're expecting some cases today and tomorrow to have some decisions come out. So here's a look at some of the major undecided Supreme Court cases as of June 12th. Presidential immunity. And we'll say these in as snarky a way as we possibly can. Donald Trump is arguing that the former presidents are immune from prosecution for official acts they took in office, and that the indictment he faces on charges of election interference should be dismissed. The Supreme Court has previously ruled that former presidents can't be sued in civil cases for what they did in office, but has never weighed in on criminal immunity. The timing of the decision may be as important as the outcome. Trump's trial in Washington, D.C. may not take place before the November election, even if the court rules he is not immune. So what's the next one? That's it? Oh, we've got this one, January 6, 2021. A former Pennsylvania officer is challenging the validity of obstruction charges brought against hundreds of people who took part in a violent assault on the Capitol 6 January 2021. Trump faces the same charge of obstructing an official proceeding. The issue is whether a law is meant to discourage tampering with documents sought in investigations can be used against the Capitol rioters. Yeah, tampering with evidence. Bad thing. Oh, it's an abortion bill. The abortion bill. Abortion opponents are trying to make it harder for the pregnant women to obtain medical abortions. They want the Supreme Court to roll back changes made by the FDA that made it even easier to obtain one of the two drugs used in nearly 2/3 of abortions in the United States this last year. Those include eliminating the need for in-person visits and allowing the drug to be mailed. Most of the Republican-led states have severely restricted or banned abortion since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022. The court's decision in this case will affect the abortion even in states where it remains legal. Hmm. Yeah. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning. How are you? So what's the next one that they're looking at? Oh, emergency abortions. What's the other one? Oh, on the pupils. Oh, so well, the justices are weighing on whether to uphold federal law that seek to protect domestic violence victims by keeping guns away from the people alleged to have abused them. Do you know what those? You know what this is right here? I'll break it down for you. These are red flag laws. Hey, Nick, what's going? Nick, well, you tell me. You tell me. Has anything happened? Yeah, absolutely nothing. Seriously, nothing's happened. You know, it's just be wary. You know, covering the Young Thug trial today because it's Juneteenth. Um, you know, people might be harassing you about being a white man. And the problem is Nick is about as white as white can possibly be. You know, he's he just likes to come by and say hello. That's what Nick does. If you're up and about, Nick, check your Twitter. You're welcome to swing by for a couple of minutes and let us know if anything new has happened. Welsh lady said she would be happy to invite me to talk a little bit about the the trial. Well, you've been covering it too, so Welsh lady, hopefully she's getting some wonderful rest. Oh, an appeals court struck down the law that prohibits people under domestic violence restraining orders from possessing firearms. This is dangerous. And it's helpful, but it's also dangerous because what can happen is, say, for example, I I have if I had any sort of firearms and my wife and I were going through some sort of divorce. Well, she could claim domestic abuse. And now if she claimed domestic abuse, she could go and have those firearms removed from me being able to possess them, which puts me in a precarious position. Even if we were not living in the same house, she could do this to me. Now, doesn't mean that I would, because I would, but if the thought was there, the threat was there, it would be a good thing because then she knows that she's protected from anything bad happening to her. I would just say, why don't you just have it where she can be completely strapped up? Cost a hell of a lot less. But taking away my right to protect myself, that becomes a problem. It can lead to a very slippery slope. And this is what they're gonna be looking at is the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. Following the Supreme Court's 2022 ruling that expanded gun rights and changed how courts are supposed to evaluate gun restrictions. Uh-huh. It's crazy. It's crazy. But those aren't all. What else are they supposed to be looking at? Oh, homelessness. Supreme Court case in decades on homelessness shelters. No, it's homeless shelters centers on whether people can be banned from sleeping outdoors when a shelter space is lacking. Well, send them to Washington. I mean, we've got plenty of space there. We don't need to have our congressman there. Just house them in Congress. A lot of times people are homeless because they want to be homeless. We call those urban campers here in Georgia. Do I have any way of fixing homelessness? No, but each state should be able to make their own decision on how they handle it. And so far, California is one of the absolute worst whenever it comes to that. They had to start cracking down on people because there's too many people want to take poop in front of Nancy Pelosi's house. Leaders from California across the West across the West say that really makes it harder for them to regulate homeless encampments encroaching on sidewalks and other public places. Have you seen the pictures? It's horrible. Like Skid Row is not just Skid Row anymore. It's like a good portion of Los Angeles. Advocates say it would criminalize people being out on the street, just as rising costs have pushed the number of people without permanent place to live in record levels. And why are why are housing rates up? Why are these people being pushed out? Well, look to your own administration, your current administration for this. These are the rules and policies that they've put in. It's turned into Skid City. Yeah. Okay, chat. Explain why there's only 26 likes and 38 watching. Don't pull a Zach and just play with your wood. Emma's girl, how much Emma? She's got the whole thing. She's got the whole bit of animal. Senator McChard. You're not gay. Here's how to fix homelessness for veterans. Open up the abandoned malls. Well, possibly. It's a real shite show in Canada. Oh, I'm sure it is. I am sure it is. You couldn't pay me to go to California. Yeah, absolutely not. That's her namesake. So that's why I say she's got all the ammo. What crazy endeavor they offer the alphabet soup? People low income, small houses. Why are veterans forgotten? Yes. Why are veterans forgotten? Because it's easier to put them in a uniform and send them to do horrible things and have horrible things done to them than it is to take care of them doing this in the first place. Maybe we can solve the homelessness problem if we give everyone free pizza on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. No. If you want to help with the homelessness and cut back on that stuff, stop the flow of drugs coming across our southern border that are coming in from China. Start stemming that. Start getting these people into treatment that need it or ask for it. And the ones that don't, it's a sad state, but at some point you have to cut ties. You can't fix everyone. I mean, Laura Owens has already proven that. You can't fix everyone. There's lots of things that can be done. If you're worried about people that can't afford to live in homes, well, it's a novel idea, but stop letting the Fed dictate how your money is being spent. Stop sending money over to foreign countries for wars that create more homeless veterans. That's a nice novel idea. You can start there. There's multiple things that we can do that are within our grasp that don't even cost a damn dime. Actually save us some money. Stop spending so much money on G7 summits. Do you know how much that G7 summit is going to cost the United States? Because guess what? We're looking to spend currently they're saying 300 million on sending more support to Ukraine. But now they're wanting to spend more money on the southern border all of a sudden. Well, to process people. That's what they want to spend more money on. They want to spend money on enhancing our school systems to, not only, teach American kids, but also teach kids that are here illegally. And the whole while they want to segregate students. Oh, oh, remember I said that we were going to talk about Woodrow Wilson and his ties with Joe Biden and how they work together in the same way? How Woodrow Wilson was a progressive Democrat. And see, they like to talk about how the southern states are, were far right. Oh, far from it. Oh, so far from it. They were progressive. These were progressive Democrats that believed in keeping portions of our country segregated well into the 60s. Watch your northern border wall as well. Your government is decided it's a great idea to hand out free opioids and other addictive drugs, all government fresh. Oh, yeah. I'm not jealous. I have a box of toothpicks. Leaders from California and across the West say that the ruling makes it harder for them to regulate homeless encampments encroaching on sidewalks and other public places. Advocates say it would criminalize homelessness just as rising costs have pushed the number of people without a permanent place to live into record levels. Yes, that is because you've raised your minimum wage and you're giving away free drugs to people, along with needle packs and things like that. Well, what else is on there? Oh, well, bump stocks. So whenever the homeless people decide they want to break into your home and you have multiple ones, you can't do anything with bump stocks. So the Trump administration banned bump stocks, a gun accessory that allows rapid fire like a machine gun, which is a lie. That is not true. That's not what a bump stock does. After they were used in the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Really? Was it? Was it really the deadliest shooting? And we haven't heard anything more about that. Like, it dropped off everybody's news channels after this happened. Same way with the Tennessee shooter. Oh, you remember the Coventry school shooter? Does anybody remember that? Where a Trans Am went in, wrote a manifesto on how much they wanted to do this kind of thing, that they wanted to eliminate Christians, that they knew that they were going in there and they knew that they were going to be removed from the face of the planet for doing this. But they went ahead and did it anyway because it was more important to remove children's lives that way. Oh, we don't hear about that manifesto except on a little other channels. Yeah, you forgot how much. Forgot all the wasted money to fly Jill Biden to Hunter's trial and then back to France for a state dinner, or bring Joe back for 2 days and then fly him to Italy. Yes, I'm still waiting for that manifesto. Oh yeah, we all are. And there's lawsuits, but good luck. You're never going to see it. You're not going to see that manifesto until it's too late, because that manifesto explains too much of the thought of the lefties. And if you're a lefty, that's fine. Be a lefty. Just know what your little left wing area is all about. This is what your left falls for. This is their core beliefs right here, right here. Segregating the federal government. And that's who wrote it. Becky Little. Becky Little wrote this. The federal government was one of the few employers in the whole country that gave African Americans a shot, or the black peoples. In particular, a shot at career and social mobility. In Washington, D.C., where most of the federal jobs are based, this led to an increase in home ownership among black families. After Wilson's presidency, black home ownership fell in D.C., in part because black federal employees no longer had access to those better jobs and salaries. See, Declassifies it whether it was done to hide, even in FOIA requests. Doesn't matter. You're still not gonna see it. The only thing that you're gonna see is leaked stuff. That's all that you're gonna see. So you have to remember, whenever they talk about this, Reconstruction. What was Reconstruction? Does anybody out there know? Come on, you got this. Reconstruction was basically getting rid of laws that were such as redlining, getting rid of laws that were making black people less. These were the laws that were being put in place. Reconstruction took that away. Guess who was in charge of that? Republicans. But after Reconstruction ended in the 1870s, Southern white men began erasing Construction's reforms by using laws, violence, and intimidation to prevent black men from voting and pushing them out of local and state governments. Within the federal government, things were different. Black men began working in the federal government during the Civil War, and by the turn of the century, black men and women made up about 10% of that workforce. But when Wilson entered office in 1913, he was the first Southerner to be president since Reconstruction. His cabinet included several white Southerners who really had no idea how integrated the federal service was, or how relatively unsegregated Washington, D.C. was. And he changed that. Yeah, there was a lot of black people that were working in U.S. government in the 1870s. They held good positions. So every time you hear one of these folks come and say, "Hey, well, the Republicans far right, blah 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 blah," no, those are leftist ideas. So here we go. What's the next one? Oh, Chevron. Justice could overturn a 40-year-old decision that has been cited thousands of times in federal court cases and used to uphold regulations on the environment, public health, workplace safety, and consumer protections. The decision I'm not even trying to say that word, known as Chevron, calls on judges to defer to federal regulators when the words of a statute are not crystal clear. The decision has long been targeted by conservative and business interests who say Chevron robs judges of the authority and gives too much power to regulators. Social media. Oh, now this is where it becomes really important because they really want to push this one. Our politicians, left and right, really want to push this one. 3 cases remain unsolved at the intersection of social media and government. 2 cases involve social media laws in Texas and Florida and would limit how Facebook, TikTok, X, YouTube, and other social media platforms regulate content posted by their users. While the details vary, both laws aimed at address conservative complaints that the social media companies are liberal leaning and are censoring users based on their viewpoints, especially on the politically right. If you don't believe me, I can probably pull up my stream right now and see. Look and see. Audio streams bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use audio stream bitrate of 128 kilobytes per second. Huh, what's this widget? Excellent. So my stream is excellent, but I can guarantee by the end of today, they'll have put a yellow flag on my stream. Like, I can almost guarantee it. I'm looking. Yep. See, right now, everything's acting really funky on my chat end. It's not me that's causing it. My analytics have increased. My stream health looks good, but they will turn this thing yellow. I will have all kinds of issues with it. In the third case, Republican-led states are suing the Biden administration over how far the federal government can go to combat controversial social media posts on topics including Zikuf and election security. A federal appeals court sided with the states in finding that administration officials unconstitutionally coerced the platforms to limit conservative points of view. That's MP3 level bit rate. Not that great. Yeah. When your stream blips, it's usually followed by an ad about 30 seconds later. Hey MG, how you doing, brother? Did you stream last night? I don't know. I was doing some pretty intense stuff last night. I was working on some musics. I was working on some music and having a good old time at it. I told everybody today, if you want to hear some music, send me a super chat. I'll write some music here for you guys. And you only have a short period of time for that to happen. The three cases. So this right here, unconstitutionally coerced platforms to limit conservative points of view. And that is very true. Well, what else is on there? What else is on their wonderful list? It is Purdue Pharma. Supreme Court controls the fate on a nationwide settlement with OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma that would allocate billions of dollars to combat the opioid epidemic, but also provide a legal shield for members of the Sackler family who own the company. The settlement has been on hold since last summer after the Supreme Court agreed to weigh in. What else is on there? Wealth tax. A business package challenge to tax on foreign income is being watched closely for what it might say about the fate of wealth tax, and often discussed but never implemented tax on the wealthiest Americans. Now, this is something that they really want to push through. They want to push through a wealth tax, which means that if you're a billionaire, the top 0.01% of the United States, that they would tax you disproportionately. Air pollution. Republican-led energy-producing states and steel industry wants the court to put the Environmental Protection Agency's air polluting fighting good neighbor plan on hold while legal challenges continue. The plan aims to protect downwind states that receive unwanted air pollution from other states. They want to control the air you breathe now. Oh, my Lord. And what's the last one here? SEC. Another important regulatory case could strip the SEC of a major tool in fighting securities frauds and have far-reaching effects on other regulatory agencies. The court is being asked to rule that people facing civil fraud complaints have the right to a jury trial in federal court. Well, sounds to me like they should. Just saying. And speaking of, court stuff, here we go. House votes to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt for withholding Biden audio. What's this about? House voted Wednesday to hold Attorney Merrick Garland in contempt of conference for refusing to turn audio of President Joe Biden's interview in his classified documents case. Republicans' latest and strongest rebuke of the Justice Department of partisan conflict over the rule of law animates the 2024 presidential campaign. The 216 to 207 vote fell along party lines, with Republicans coalescing behind the contempt order effort, despite reservations among some of the party's more centrist members. Only one Republican, David Joyce of Ohio, voted against it. Garland said in a statement late Wednesday, "It's deeply concerning that the House of Representatives turned a serious congressional authority into a partisan weapon.
Today is about disregards to constitutional separation of powers. The Justice Department need to protect the investigations and the substantial amount of information we have provided to the communities. Oh my.
Well, isn't he just a wonderful person? I really, really, really am so glad that the asshole did not make it. I am so happy that he did not make it into being allowed to become a Supreme Court justice.
How are we doing this morning, Consul?
I'm a little upset about a bad sexual episode I had last night.
Well, you're still young. It'll happen more and more. In the meantime, what do you say we get down to business?
AMG.
You hadn't used that one in a while.
I know. I thought it was well timed to do it.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
jeez. No, I did not stream last night.
Okay. Yeah,
I was the last, because the last two nights I was up to like 2 or 2:30, and then my allergies. I was sneezing all yesterday afternoon. Just I don't know. So I was just out. I was done.
See, I was working on some music last night. And it's something that I was putting together, and I was trying to get like it to happen properly, because it was giving me such damn difficulty. Just putting one simple song together and trying to get the tempo and the beat wanting that particular beat to happen where it was supposed to. It took close to 2 hours of like research and trying to get this thing to happen.
Apparently Risa says I'm in trouble.
Not happening. I was so frustrated. Oh yeah. So soon he'll start giving me a hard time.
Yeah. Of course.
And just like that did right there, this is the problem that I was running in.
Is it me or is it you? Because I can't hear you.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, there we go. Okay. I was like, I can't hear you.
Oh, it's me.
It was cutting in and out. I thought it was me going through a bad cell area, which was kind of surprising because I had some
me.
signal. But no, Risa says I'm in trouble. I don't know what's up with that. Probably because I didn't stream last night.
You're always in trouble. Probably because you didn't stream last night.
I guess it's just gonna punish me. I don't know.
And I had been working on getting some music happening.
How was I mean to Squid Pro Quo? What did I do?
What did you do to mean Squid? What did you do?
I have no idea.
What did you do?
I have no idea what I did.
Go to song radio. Oh, hold on. What?
Well, yeah, the expert's to blame. It's really his fault.
Oh, the expert. Well, I blame the expert for a lot of things.
I have no idea what I did.
Let's see. Let's see if I can download this thing, because this is what I was working on, and download it to. Where am I going to download this thing to? Give me a second. Yeah, this was something that I was working on here. And let's open this thing up. So I took the lyrics from something to see how I could edit it, and because I like the tempo of it and I like the beat, but getting it to work was giving me the absolute hardest time to make it happen. So I'm gonna see if I can do this without causing too much problems. Share the screen and make this full screen there. Entire screen. This one. Include audio. Share. So this was something I was working on last night.
I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. I like you, cause you got that. I like you, cause you got that. Cause you got that something that I need. Cause you got that. I like you cause you got that. Cause you got that.
Yeah.
Cause you got that. Cause you got that something that I need. Cause you got that. Cause you got that. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. Cause you got that. Cause you got that. Cause you got that, cause you got that. Cause you got that. Cause you got that. Cause you got that, cause you got that, cause you got that. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me. I like you cause you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. I like you. Cause you got that.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah, just that's not even the finished product of it. I've been working on I worked on that one really late. And I finally just had to turn off my damn computer. It was just like, son of a it was bad. It was getting really bad. I was all right, I've gone through like I think I did probably close to 20 or 30 versions of that. That was one of the good ones. The ones, oh, they were horrible. Like you couldn't understand any of the lyrics coming across.
Yeah.
It was so just bad. But it wasn't the necessarily the words I was looking for. It was the particular style, the way that it broke, the way that stops happen, the way that
Yeah.
the song would build, all of the little breaks in there, all of that stuff. I had to hand right into it basically. So that was my day, my evening, because I was going to stream, and then I was just like, I've got some other stuff that I needed to focus on, YouTube related, but I
Yeah.
just like, you know how it is, you just can't stream this right now. And that was because I had too much copyright stuff that would have gotten me struck. Yeah.
Good luck, David. I know you got
Yeah, good
problems
luck,
going on,
Dave.
so
Yeah.
hopefully it's
Yeah.
going well.
I hope that your typing motions in the office and listening to Cab Calloway, while you're bouncing on a Baldo is enjoyable. Good to see you, Dave. You have a safe day, David. Yes. Oh,
Still don't know why I'm in trouble, but I'm trying to read through the text. I think maybe Risa got me mixed up with David.
yeah. I don't know why.
Somebody
You're
said
hard to mix up.
MLS in there, that MLS did something. I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah, no, you're not MLS. Well, and that's somebody else. And I used to do the same thing.
Everybody,
say,
this
hey,
still happens.
yes. Well,
It
it's
still
because
happens.
it's just one letter. It's just that one letter that people can't tell the difference between a G and an S.
Then Reese's up there having images of MLS bouncing up and down on a yoga ball.
That would be pretty comical.
How did I get you lost on YouTube?
For not posting Squid Pro Quo's link?
When I was on stream with her the other day, but I was not hosting that stream.
Yeah, if we don't host the stream, we can't post links. I mean,
I probably could, because I think I was a mod.
Yeah,
I
but
was
if you're on your phone, you can't do it.
So I couldn't do anything.
Yeah. If MG's on the phone, he's not able to do that. It's not easy. I still think they're the same person. Volstorm. Now, see, Volstorm is the one that gave me an idea for that last song that I did. That was I blame.
I got a text. Apparently, we have lots of. That's crazy that you're writing in the breaks and everything. It makes you wonder how long the music industry's been using this shit, because that this technology trickles down.
Okay.
It's how it is. All the shit that's in our TVs was stuff that was only the highest, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 TVs had years ago. All of this high end stuff that's now commonplace, it was stuff that only the richest could afford. So that's stuff that Hollywood, look at like Jurassic Park. There was a lot of CG in that. There was a lot of animatronics, but there was CG. The things that these movies that had CG, that's easily done on computers. That was high end computers back then that anybody can do that. So,
oh wow. Let's see.
So it makes you wonder, because so much of the today's music sounds so processed. It makes you wonder how long they've been using AI shit in their music, because so much of it a lot of it sounds the same, but there's a lot of it. And that's been scientifically proven as well. They've done studies that as we've gotten into more modern music, that musically it's the same. Like there's less complexity in our music today than there was just even 50 years ago.
Oof. Let's see what we got here. I'm working on getting these lyrics for Zach here. Song about MLS bouncing on a yoga ball with a ball. Why would the Baldo be typing things out though?
No. He's
Oh, hold on. Here, low won't bend from and oh no. Oh god. This is gonna be bad. Oh. Let's see. House and email vocals and what do we got? So let's get some and the thing is doing this, I've figured out some really cool tricks to get it to do what I want it to do. Like let's see. Um bass and it all pays off in the end. Percussion and intro and we'll do that. Let's see, we've got bass percussion intro. Let's see, we're gonna put in melodic catchy. Let's see, melodic catchy. What is it? Catchy. See, now I forgot the word that I need to use. Hook. Got it. There we go. That's the one. And put that right there. So that should get me a closer place. Yeah, the AI stuff, it gets crazy. Melodic catchy hook. And then we're gonna put in here an interlude, and then right there, put in a bridge there. Then we're gonna have a whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Enter and oops, wrong things. It's almost like writing code is what it does. And then dramatic outro. Right, we got a dramatic outro happening there. And then we're gonna let's see. Just reel and stomp. All right. And we're going to create this and see what happens. So give me a second there. What do we got? Morning everyone, trying to do adult stuff, so I'm just lurking. I understand that feeling. Morning, Volstrom. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, Volstrom. It's not worth it. I don't know.
But he's doing adult stuff.
Yeah. Doing expert stuff.
He's got to distract himself, so it lasts long.
All right, here we go. Let's present this and see what we've got. And we're going to pull this up. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
MLS is bouncing up and down. Yoga ball across the town. Checking all tonight. In the courtroom, they collide. MLS is bouncing up and down. Yoga ball across the town. Tight emotions all tonight. In the courtroom, they collide. Order on the floor and they sit. Arguments in exhausted. Typing hard and typing fast, but emotions never last. Bouncing high in the courtroom, but denied emotions everywhere. Love won't bend this firm and tight. Another day, another fight. legal one for all to see. Order in the court, they shout. Typing motions all about. Every bounce a hopeful plea. Motions type for victory. But the judge, they always say, deny, deny, come on, man.
All right, we got that one. Let's hear what the next one sounds like.
MLS is bouncing up and down. Yoga ball across the town. Type emotions all denied. In the courtroom they collide. All do one before they sit. Arguments, they just don't fit. Typing hard and typing fast, but denied emotions never last. Mountain high in the courtroom there, but denied emotions everywhere. Law won't bend, it's firm and tight, and denied emotions never last. Mountain high in the courtroom air, but denied emotions everywhere. Law won't bend, it's firm and tight. Another day, another fight. All the rolls and bounces free. Legal ones for all to see. Order in the court, they shout. Type emotions all about. Every bounce a hopeful plea. Motions type for victory.
Yeah, you like the first one better?
Judge, they always say, tonight, tonight, come on,
And this is one I blame on Zach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I'm not done yet. There we go.
MLS is bouncing up and down. Yoga ball across the town. Tip emotions all denied. In the courtroom they collide.
Nah, I don't like that one.
MLS is bouncing up and down. Yoga ball across the town. Type emotions all denied. In the courtroom they collide. MLS is bouncing up and down. Yoga ball across the
I still like the first one better.
Type emotions all denied. In the courtroom they
Yeah.
collide.
Did you have the Baldo and the prompt though?
MLS is bouncing up and down.
Did I have what?
Did you have the Baldo and the prompt though?
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't hear it like talk about the Baldo at all.
Oh yeah. It's in the second one. Baldo on the floor.
Okay.
They sit arguments they just don't fit. Typing hard and typing fast, but denied motions never last. Oh, this one's a little. I like this one. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the second one was extra crappy. It's sneaky joke. Number 2. Yeah.
Fall across the town, type emotions all denied. In the courtroom they collide.
There it is.
MLS is bouncing up and down. Yoga ball across the town. Type emotions all denied. In the courtroom they collide. All the one for they sit. Arguments they just don't fit. Typing hard and typing fast, but demand emotions never last. Bouncing high in the courtroom air, but denying emotions everywhere.
She doesn't want to be a Baldo to the shenanigans.
No, don't want none of those Baldos.
Another fight.
This one's not bad.
That's not bad. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Let me keep that one. There we go.
MLS is bouncing up and down. You'll go across the town. Take emotions
Isn't bad either.
tonight.
It's all about getting the tempo right. And these are the ones I blame on Ballstorm right here. This one.
All I need is you to move it up and move that body. Make it sweat, I am on fire. When you can make it drip, drop. All I need is you to move it up and move that body. Make it sweat, I am on fire. When you can make it drip, drop. All I need is you to move it up and move.
Yeah, these I blame on
Ballstorm.
Ballstorm.
When you can make it drip, drop. All I need is you to move it up and move that body. Make it sweat, I am on fire. When you can make it drip, drop.
Yeah, so we got you.
Reese's about to break her hip.
If I play something here, I swear to God, he's going to go, "What in the hell is that?" Just listen to this, Ballstorm, and tell me if this doesn't sound familiar. All right, you ready? Oh yeah, you recognize it, don't you?
Cause you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. Cause you got that. I like it because you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me. Cause you got that. Like you because you got that something that I need in my life, that I need so. Cause you got that. Like you, cause you got that.
I can blame him. Well, I should blame the other person. I should always blame him. Not got the way he can do it. But he'll have to reach out to me if he wants to get it, so he can do it on his own. So that way he doesn't have to worry about a copyright strike from me. Yeah. Needs a hit harder? Oh, trust me. I've got some that hit. Like this one here? Yeah. Oh, trust me. I did multiple versions of this, Ballstorm. What I'll do is I'll send you a link to the playlist. It needs a better bass line. But most songs do. Not everyone can get Thundercat on their track. Exactly. Not everyone can do it. It's pretty solid. I'll send you a link, Paul Storm, to the nice music to loosen the kinks from a deep sleep. Oh yeah. Yeah, some of these are probably not appropriate for you too. Just saying. I got some spicy lyrics in there that are just get me in trouble. I was like, like I said, copyright strikes. Got to be careful with those. But everything should be fine. I ran it through the YouTube algorithms, and everything's working. It's not kicking it out. MG's outro song is pretty good. Oh yeah, MG has a pretty damn good song. I need to work on doing doing one for you, an intro because I've got Volstorms, which is pretty damn happening.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of putting one together and for well, I've already done one for Sunday. So yeah, I wasn't able to see all the stuff that happened in the Young Thug stuff yesterday.
Oh, good Lord.
Apparently the Supreme
I wanted to cover last night. I was just because more shit happened yesterday.
Yeah, the Supreme Court weighed in on it. They said
and a motion to recuse was filed by one of the defense attorneys who doesn't say much, and just started threatening him. And it's just like in the What the Hell's trial, where the judge completely doesn't understand how to properly address the motion to recuse, because Glanville accepted the affidavit that was attached. So if he's accepting it as sufficient, then everything must stop, and it must be assigned to another judge to deal with.
Yeah.
Under their rule. And since he's chief judge, and I read through the next section on how to assign the judges, since he's the chief judge, he has to select the next most senior judge to assign. Because in multi-judge counties, districts, then you have this chief judge assigned. Well, since he is the chief judge, he has to have the next most senior one assigned. And so he needed to have somebody else assign that recusal motion out to address it, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if what they can do above. I'm assuming they can file a petition for writ of prohibition or writ of mandamus, something to order him to send it to another judge to deal with it. And it's just a recusal. He's like, well, I'm going to lose. It's going to put the trial on hold. I was like, I doubt it. It's probably like in Florida. Well, there will be concurrent jurisdiction where he can proceed with the trial, but if he's then ordered to recuse, anything he does in the interim is reviewable.
Yeah,
because that's how it works in Florida too. That the rule is very similarly written, which is usually how it is among states. Usually, a lot of these procedural things are nearly identical, if not identical.
Just so ridiculous.
So he doesn't understand how the rule works. You would think as chief judge he would.
Yeah, you would think. There's a lot of things you would think that you would.
But he's gotten butt hurt because he's been somebody stood up to him, and he improperly threw him in jail over it, and now more are starting to stand up. He said, "Well, you can't just ask me to recuse because I make a ruling against you. That's not just one ruling, Judge."
Yeah, it's multiple.
It's lots of rulings, and then the fact you had ex parte meeting with a sworn-in witness without the defense knowing about it, or being present. And who's to say it hasn't happened to others?
Yes, that's where,
because apparently there was another witness earlier on who had a similar thing. He did not want to testify, and he was not testifying. He was being very combative with it, and then all of a sudden he comes in the next day and he starts testifying. And he was still kind of avoiding answers like Lil Woody has done. He's still been very evasive, but the guy was essentially refusing to testify. And he came in like the next day and was then testifying, even though he still had an attitude with the state. So it's happened before.
Mm.
They come in and they start threatening witnesses.
So Volstorm, I gave you the playlist link, so you can go listen to that and tell me which one you like. What you like on that. Yeah, Volstorm does have a channel. He and Dictionary Diva stream faithfully every 6 months or so, and they did one just
So-
recently.
And
Actually,
apparently Risa's on Discord now. Cool.
oh really? Really?
That's what I think she just installed Discord.
Smells more fishy than Zach's picture. Yeah, 7 months, damn it. Get it right. 7 months. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wait. You'll be
King
out of town
Popco has a
tomorrow?
question about YouTube strikes.
The expert cutting down the wrong bushes with his new electric chainsaw. Oh, that's
awesome.
that is really good.
Did he really cut down the wrong bushes, or
Let's see. Yeah, we'll
is that a euphemism?
and what is the style of music that we're going to do this in?
Did he actually do that, or is that a euphemism for something else?
I think I know what I want to have for this one, because it would just fit expert so perfectly. And
While on 1,000 pixie stick sugar high.
oh, while on it.
That's what Zach added. Or Audio Coffee added that.
Oh, I like that. Or
after snorting 1,000 pixie sticks.
Pixie. Well, we have to be careful, because the AI will, if we start talking about that kind of stuff, like snorting, while on a
pixie sticks
stick high. Yeah, but you start saying things like
I know.
Like the snortings. Let's see. And what style of music? I honestly have. I'll just pull it up, because I have a list of genres that the AI will do. Where is it?
I don't understand, because what's crazy is we'll get in trouble for it, but somebody like Billy Joel can have a song literally talking about someone with a spoon up their nose.
Oh yeah,
and he's still going to be monetized and get his revenue on YouTube.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you get it? I mean, that's
or Pink Floyd with what, Comfortably Numb, or
mm-hmm.
little pinprick.
Yeah,
you're still talking about it.
Okay, so what I've got to have is and these are the hooks that I have to put in here just to make this work. And we'll close this. And we'll close this. And style of music.
Risa says the chorus just said, "Wait, what's going on? What did I miss?"
What's going on? What did I miss? All right. So the style of music we have danceable music, we have dark, we have eclectic, we have emotion, we have hard. But what I've found for what I want to do with the expert is, and the reason I would do this, because I know that he would get a kick out of it. We are going to put up because it was one particular one. It's going to be a combination of a couple. So we're going to put in there. Is it? So we're going to put in some blues rock with
some Afro-Cuban jazz,
metal guitar, and we're going to generate the lyrics to make sure they work. Probably up and send him a link. I doubt that expert is up. If he didn't go to sleep until after 4 o'clock in the morning, then
wow, what happened last night?
I guess he was up until 4 in Discord or something like that. That's what they said when they came in.
It's the middle of the night for expert.
Cobb County is the next jurisdiction. That's the county whose DA testified against Fannie Willis. Yeah.
Well, that's not well for the recused. It would be another judge in Fulton County, whoever the next senior judge is. Now, if they're all somehow disqualified, then it would have to go somewhere else to deal with.
Guitar. We gotta have metal distorted.
I certainly wish Judge Manning was presiding over this trial.
Well, and
she wouldn't put up with some of this shit from the state.
You'd be surprised. Now, you'd really be surprised how much of this she would put up with. You know, a lot of what you're seeing are fools that are acting fools, and she knows that they're acting fools, so she can sort of cut up with them a little bit, you know, and keep it on a serious note. But whenever you start getting into things like this kind of crap, I think
I don't know. I mean, she is laid into attorneys who have
true.
I mean, I've watched her do it, where them kind of a little remark here, or just kind of not do something. I mean, just something that's not right, and she's laid into it. So I think she'd be doing a better job of keeping the state in line with some of the crap they're trying to pull. And she certainly would have had an ex parte meeting without giving notice to the other side.
True. See, we've got to get some. I don't know what the hell German Schlager is. That makes no sense to me. I saw that, and a lyrical is going to be copy. So I've got to get blues rock, metal distorted guitar, and we're going to have lyrical is going to be that storytelling. So that way, we're going to get a couple of other things in there. He's probably up. Send him a link. No, I am not sending Expert a link because he needs to get some rest, and I need to get some damn rest tonight. that son of a buck kept me up late Thursday. Oh my God. Thursday night. He was on fire. He was on fire. It was pretty damn good. I mean, we had a good time talking about a lot of stuff.
Well, I think I'm going to stream tonight. I was thinking about doing my Traveler on the Land, Sovereign Citizens, but I may wait till Saturday and do Sovereign Saturday. But
maybe
because I think depending on what happens in the Young Thug trial, I may just cover all that. Because I was going to do the hearing yesterday with the motion to recuse and judge completely screwing that up, and then the order from the Supreme Court on the bond. Because they stepped in yesterday afternoon really quick to grant them. Even though judge he was certain that you couldn't get a bond on a criminal contempt.
Oh, he was positive. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, you don't get a bond on that. And so then Ashley Merchant and they're like, no, actually, it's that you may appoint. Well, I'm not doing that. I don't think that. He's like, I'm not doing that. So the Supreme Court is like, yeah, no, you're getting a bond.
Oh. He just had no idea, did he?
Well, he has no idea, and so I think there's got to be a way to slap him down on the recusal thing too, and get it in front of somebody else.
I am sure that there is going to be. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Big and why did it not? Oh, there.
And Ammo's girl. From time to time, I do have a sovereign citizen on the other side of that case now. I have a hearing next Thursday, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I do. He's trying to claim ties to some like weird native tribe. I don't know, some weird stuff. and apparently his family is some kind of nation. So he tried not to tell the judge his name. The judge is like, okay, and like at the first hearing, it's like the judge is like, and what's your name? He's like, my name's not relevant. He's like, oh well, I think it is. And so then he started spelling, I'm so and so on the such and such nation, and the judge is like, okay, I think I've heard all I need. He's like, I think I have heard everything I need to on that.
Yep.
just kind of grinned.
Oh my
So then,
God.
of course, he granted my motions on that, and he kind of stormed out. He got stormed out, and the judge is like, he's like, good luck with that.
Yeah, I got thanks, Judge.
They talk about he's gonna like go after the court's bonds and stuff like that. He's like, okay, you do what you got to do.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Our loon is here's the screwed up thing with ours. So she filed her what might be considered an appeal in a wrong case.
Boy.
And then she filed amendments to the appeal.
Of course.
In the correct case, the wife is treating it sort of as that's an appeal that she's filed.
Yeah.
We'll reach out to the clerk and see if we can't get them nailed down on
Move to the right case.
Are they going to take care of it? Are they going to get it? Are they going to send it off? Or is this filed improperly? So we'll, and then if they're not going to move on it, then almost immediately we'll be able to get her on out.
Yeah.
The house has fallen into disrepair at this point because she just doesn't take care of anything.
Oh yeah.
She's too busy saying that, she's hooked in with all these famous people and so great. Here we go. We're going to get this, which is going to be theatrical. All right. And we're going to create it and see what we come up with. It's called Electric Chainsaw Blues. You have become a soft-set destroyer of myself. Oh my gosh. So Zach, you are in for a treat whenever this thing starts.
I think I'm driving by Valhalla's place. It's like hundreds of goats in this pasture.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. I've got to come up with some time to go visit Valhalla and go give him a shout. What do we have here? All right, let's do this. Share screen and this one. It is Electric Chainsaw Blues. Here we go.
For the shiny new toy, got high on pixie dust joy. Went out to trim the pole in a massive sugar rush. For the roses in bloom.
All right, let's see the next one.
Shiny new toy, got high on pixie dust joy. Went out to trim the bush in a massive sugar rush. Oh, shiny new toy, got high on pixie dust joy. Went out to trim the bush in a massive shush. Along the true course. Saw the roses in bloom.
Yeah, both of them are good.
Midnight moon. But my sight was a blush. Step with the cutter. electric chains on loose. Oh, what did I choose? Cutting wrong bushes high on sugar rushes.
Yeah, both are good, but the second one definitely.
Neighbors started to cry under the starry sky. Petunias in pieces. My mistake increases. A gone so wrong. They won't let it go long. I thought I had a plan. Now I'm just one large man.
I'm just one marked man.
Electric chainsaw blues. Oh, what did I choose? Cutting wrong bushes high on sugar rushes.
Yeah, that one drives pretty solid.
Electric chainsaw blues. Oh, what did I choose? Cutting wrong bushes high on
Excellent.
sugar rushes.
Like I said, getting those prompts in there changes what you can do with it.
Oh, oh.
It even does a fade out. Wait till you hear the next one. Because I got two more of these that are going to go twice in one morning. You're quite satisfied. Well, you know, sometimes I can satisfy, you know, more than once.
Bought a shiny new toy, got high on pixie dust joy, went out to trim the bush in a massive sugar
It just sounds dirty. That didn't work.
Bought a shiny new toy, got high on pixie dust joy, went out to trim the bush in a massive sugar rush.
Yeah, the tempo's not right.
Bought a shiny new toy, got high on pixie dust joy. Went
This
out
isn't
to
bad.
trim the bush in a massive sugar rush.
Ain't bad.
It's not bad so far.
Bought a shiny new toy, got high on pixie dust joy. Went out to trim the bush in a massive sugar rush.
Yeah, I still like the second one best. I agree with Allstone.
And the roses in bloom under the midnight moon. But my sight was a blur. Snip, snip went the cutter. Electric chainsaw blues. Oh, what did I choose? Cutting wrong bushes, high on sugar rushes.
Yeah, I still like the second one.
Roses in bloom. Oh, what did I choose? Cutting wrong bushes, high on sugar rushes.
Yeah, second one's the best. I mean, that's good, but yeah, second one's definitely better. All right, guys. MG, you're doing are you doing a stream tonight?
That's the plan.
Excellent.
It'll probably be later since tonight's a Taekwondo night, but
Oh, that's right.
Another a later Taekwondo night. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Last week I did the Traveler on the Land, sovereign citizen stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do that or if I'm going to do more of the Young Thug shenanigans.
Yeah, because I mean, I
This judge is just so off the damn rails.
I'm yeah, and I'm tempted to do to go over some of the response after the Laura Owens, trial completed.
Oh, there's more? What happened there?
I'm sure that I'm almost positive that Eckert typed something out in his freaking blog, and that's just gonna look horrible. It's gonna look horrible. And
Well,
so
I
I'm
know
excited
that Dingus, wrote in his blog afterwards.
Yeah.
Like right after that same day, and I agree with him that 2 hours for that was bullshit.
Hey, I mean, it absolutely was. But
Yeah.
also the judge.
But he's lucky it wasn't a full blown normal trial length,
Oh,
because she would have been absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, if she got,
and she already was.
Yeah, she was so damn destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh, I am sorry. I have kept everybody here so much later, and man, I'm just bad at this. I've been having fun. Thanks again, Zach, for the super chats.
Yeah, and Risa, welcome to Discord, Risa.
Yes, welcome to Discord.
I don't know that you've connected what servers you're in, but it's crazy. So be careful.
Yeah. Be
but what happens
careful.
in Discord stays in Discord. So
yeah, and just always serious. Be very cautious of the Discord folks, because yeah, it can get a little crazy. And with that, everybody, we will see you guys very soon. Peace, y'all.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.